Welcome back, and I want us to shift gears now. It's a Wednesday. We are talking matters of the heart, Relationship Wednesday. We are asking, is situationship, ghosting, and commitment fear the new normal? So talk to us on our socials, TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. Or next at TV47 Digital, you can tag me at Ann_Dida. Tuambie, where do you stand? What do you think of situationships, ghosting? Are you afraid of commitment? Wewe kama mtazamaji, talk to us. Today is a very, very packed day. At night, Dibala Ina will also be hosting Speaker, that is National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, later at night. So I'm just telling you to be stay tuned. Don't touch that dial all the way up until 9 p.m. But right now, tuongee mambo ya mapenzi. My panel is already here. And of course, we have Dr. Julius Kimani on set. Happy New Year. I haven't seen you this year.
Happy New Year.
Tunasema Happy New Year hadi February.
Mpaka March.
March is the standard.
That's right, March is the standard. After March, now you start saying VP.
Great. And everybody else, of course, on the panel, I haven't seen you guys, so Happy New Year to everybody. I want us to start from the panel, and then we'll bring it up to, the counselor to just dissect and to see how people, think about this whole issue and their new modern dating. But I want to start with you, Charity. What's your take on situationships? Just share the microphone with her, Brenda.
Okay, I'm Charity. I'm from KU. Okay, my take on situationship is, I guess nowadays tumejificha kwa situationship kwa sababu tunaogopa commitments, you see? And then there's that fear of exposure, and the fear of exposure. Okay, and my take on situationship is that, okay, it's part of the relationship and it should lead, mtu anafaa kuwa na ile mentality nzuri so that while in situationship, so that it lead in something good in the end. Yeah, situationship is not bad at the same time. It's not good kwa sababu kuna kujificha huko ndani, unaogopa maybe kujulikana ama
Brenda, what's your view and explanation of situationships? Because hapo bado kuna such a gray area. How would you describe what a situationship is?
For my case, I think situationship is more of one not being sure of their feelings for you. And I feel it's, for most people, it's a waste of time. What I know as a person, if I have feelings for you, I just have to be upfront about it. This is what I feel for you, and this is these are my intentions for you. Instead of wasting your time, apparently there's a lot of situationship, friends with benefits, But I feel, I won't say that most of us are mature, but as a mature person, from what I have grown knowing is that it's either someone wants you or not. So if it's a situationship, it may be that maybe they have someone else that they're serious with, or maybe they are not ready yet because of past or maybe trauma from the past. So I am not in support of situationship, and I'm not saying that I've not gotten myself into such things, but if I notice that that's the case, then I tend to opt out because I respect myself, I respect my feelings and time. Yeah.
So for situationships, they're usually strings attached. Do you think?
It's complicated because it depends, like I said, with your sense of maturity. There's some people that want a situationship, but still they don't want you to see someone else. So what is that? If we are having a situationship, that means that I'm free to also see other people, right? Because you've not confirmed your feelings for me. You're just putting me there. I am hanging on there. I don't know whether it's love, whether it's a relationship, a romantic relationship, whether it's a friend with benefits, So that makes it, that makes my heart open for other people. I have a right to also spend time with other people, choose other people. For me, it's like is it a slogan or a what? I always say that as long as you haven't confirmed your feelings for me, then I'll date other people. I'll go for dates when called. Yeah, because you never know. That's when maybe I might be the one.
Somebody's out there, yeah?
Yeah.
Dr. Brenda is saying that, you know, for a situationship, it's either you're there, you're in it, or you're not in it. And sometimes she says they want you, or maybe they don't want you. So how would you know that, you know, this relationship or this situationship sort of is leading to something?
Somewhere. Now, the thing is, let me first define it, because it says it is that what you call an informal romantic or sexual relationship. So it is not yet known, it is not yet established, and therefore people are just there. And I will say this, especially most of the guys, sijui juu ya madem, like most of the guys, au juaga, am I pursuing in this for long, or am I in it for what I'm after? And so from the beginning, guys know what they are going for. They know this is a situationship, or it is leading to marriage. It is usually the ladies who are not aware. So, but I say in the like what she's saying, I think I've also been there before I got married. But I will say, I think it messes a lot. It messes people a lot, especially both sides. For there are some guys who are into something and they're like, I want to marry this girl. But for her, she's like, is Aiko serious? So she will opt out after some times, and guys get hurt.
The men?
Yeah, sana.
Is it true that you people get hurt?
Yeah, we do, guys.
Let's hear from them. Anil, and you have a very wonderful name, Anil. I told you before we started the show that tell your parents I'm a great fan of their creativity. Do you get hurt when, say, you know, you're in a situationship? You know, you're the one to make things straight, whether you want the woman or not, right? Because tuseme mwanamke akikukatia utaingia boxi, nasikia mnaanzanga kuwadharau. So for you, how do you feel hurt if you're not the one who is setting the standard as to how you want the relationship to go?
Okay, first of all, about my name, I'm not sure what my mom was watching. I will ask her. But let me be poetic in the very forefront and say that it is braver to fall in love than to go to war. You know, in war you flex your strengths, while in love you put out there your vulnerabilities. And most men or women wouldn't prefer the same. While I agree with what my sisters and Dr. have said regarding situationships, I beg to differ a bit to the extent that we do not want to put it, is it a men versus women kind of thing? It is simply people who are not brave enough to fall in love and stand by what they believe in. Well, it can be connected to, you know, I'm not ready, but all those are just excuses. This issue is deeply rooted on the mental spaces that you have been exposed in, more so in this generation. We are an anxious generation. There is a researcher called Jonathan Braitt who writes that this generation is 134% increased in terms of anxiety. So with such a generation, what they will do is they will like to play it safe. You know, no one really wants to commit. And yeah, men get hurt. That's why you see some of them go to the extremes. Some will want to commit suicide. Some will want to do all those other things because of love. When they tell you, I'll catch a grenade for you, they're not lying. Problem becomes when you are the one throwing the grenade and then they catch and die. So it is simply people who are not brave enough to fall in love and stand by that. And that is brought by the so many options that we have. If, as a young wakili, smart in my suit, with a nice name, as you say, I have almost 1,000 people on social media who likes every post I post. I will have that feeling that there's a better option there, and that will push me into being in a situationship to potentially, you know, that rib that the Lord created for me. So that is a problem we are facing.
All right, great. Wycliffe, you know, we're talking about situationships, but is this a choice or is it something that people get into unintentionally? How does it get to a point where, you guys, you're just afraid? Like, you know, your colleagues are saying you're afraid of labeling this, whatever is going on between you two. Is it a choice or you do it unintentionally?
some choose to commit. Now they commit, but they fear pressure. There is pressure of maybe financially, emotionally, but they choose to love maybe. Mtu anamwacha nipende huyu msichana alafu unapata akona pressure, nitatoa wapi ndo ya kumsustain. Unajua uzipenda msichana alafu ifike unapata ameka wigi mpya na hujambaia. Utakuwa na hiyo pressure. Kwani ametoa doa wapi akabai?
Anafanya kazi.
Kama afanya kazi unajua as a man you must provide. Alafu sasa umepata demo ameka wigi mpya kwa kichwa. Alafu hujampa hiyo do. Ama unaacha umetoka kwa nyumba, hujaacha do ya food na kuza unapata umepikiwa kienyeji. Imetoka wapi ya kienyeji? So those are the kind of pressure. Unapata msai you choose but now you get a lot of pressure. Now people fear to commit themselves. Now they start now hiyo wanakuwa na hiyo pressure. Maybe financially nitapataje do ni sustain you mrembo wangu. Such like
Wycliffe unakaa kama unaongea from experience Have you been there? Have you been there, done that?
Maybe nilitoka kwa nyumba nikapata nimepikiwa pilau na sikuacha.
No, labda mzazi alituma fare. Let's hear from alituma pesa ya food akaona ku surprise na chakula mzuri. Did you break up?
It was so tough, I cannot say about it. And the story is mbaya.
Nimuuliza ulitoa wapi hii pesa? Ni mbaya. Let's hear from James. What's your take on situationships? Is it something that you've been there, done that? Is it something that you understand with your generation? What's your take?
First of all, I would say situationship inakuanga two way. Unaweza kuwa you did it by purpose ama ulijipata. For example, chanipe an example na there is what you want and there is what wants you.
Saa zingine unayopenda upendi.
You get. So you get that for example you want person X and this person X is interested in person Y. So unapata wewe una date, uko na dem, but from how you know your girlfriend, there is another guy who has a very different character about your girlfriend, who knows a very different thing about your girlfriend. And so in that case unapata mwenye ulikuwa unataka akona mtu like wewe mwenye unasimpia na simpia mtu mwingine. So that becomes a very tough chain. And well, nowadays I think situationships ndo mingi more than the relationship because both parties are testing waters. Mse ako serious na mimi, udem ako serious na mimi, udem ako worth kuinvest. Is this guy worth the risk? And so unapata in the long run, in midst hiyo kutest waters, mnajipata mume waste time, hakuna kitu serious mmefanya. And yes, for the guys it hurts, especially the intentional guys. Unajua unapata kuna mse hana mambo mingi.
So waambie tu msichana nakupenda, nataka ukuje tuanze hii mambo.
Mimi nakudai and I feel like we are a good suit. And nipe a chance nikupenda, you get. And then the lady gives you a chance, you do everything, but sasa at the end of the day unaona tu dust. So
dust is constant.
So kidogo unapata mtu ako na such an experience, and the next time before akue nao amegiven yeye mwenyewe as a whole, it take a lot of time. And this now brings up the trust issues we have. Kitambo ukue like now I'm ready to be with this lady, I'm ready to be with this guy. It may take a lot of time for you to trust them. So the other thing I would say about situationships is our traumas and the past experiences that we've had. Kaushai kuwa disappointed, unapata ni ngumu, you prefer the situationship. There's another thing they say, mbona ulishe ng'ombe na unaweza nunua maziwa.
So what does that mean in a relationship setup?
So in a relationship setup, it means everything I'm getting in a relationship, I can get it without being in a relationship. So what is the essence of me being in a relationship?
Cheryl, let's bring you in. You know, we're talking about situationship, yeah? And there's still a gray area there. Brenda mentioned friends with benefit, yeah? So we have situationships, we have friends with benefits, and there's now another term, sneaky link. Then how are these three things different?
So sneaky link ni ile time ya ovulation and you're just looking for your person, akutulize. Unajua, especially when you grow older, ovulation inakuanga so inasumbua mtu sana. And then umeniambia situationship.
Situationship, friends with benefits, and sneaky link.
So situationship, it's like a relationship, but with no titles. So you have a full-blown relationship, but ukiuliza mtu what are we, anaanza anashindwa kitu ya kusema. So situationship, sneaky link,
and friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits. So friends with benefits is we are having a relationship, but you're benefiting something from me, and I'm benefiting something from you. So, but for me, I don't prefer any of those because, like he said, it's a waste of time. Unapata una waste time mob, mkizunguka, mkifanya a lot of things, and then there's emotions involved. So zinakuwa wasted. Unapata one person likes the other sana. So the ones who likes the other person sana, though he's the one he or she is the one who's holding the relationship. Ama yeye ndo anasukuma your relationship iweze kusonga mbele. So it builds secret resentment. So unapata tu unaanza kuchukia huyu mtu chini ya maji, and then the day you're done unapata tu imeisha kabisa. You don't want anything to do with this person. So I feel like situationship is very rude because just come up front and tell me, tusha kwa watu wakubwa. Maisha pia ni ngumu. So
Utampiga.
hatuwezi shinda go back and forth. It's either you love me or you don't. It's either you want us to be in a relationship or you don't. Venye daktari amesema, men know. I don't know how they know, but they know. Akikuona tu anajua, this is my forever person. Ama akikuona anajua, this one, wacha anipatie joto as I wait to get my person. So unapata sasa huyo mwenye anapeana joto akiingoja, they get hurt even more because you know you're protecting yourself because they are just holding the fort before the right person comes. So when they know the truth, ina cause a lot of damage, and then when they go to the next relationship, tena inakuwa sasa wao ndo wanajiprotect. They can't give themselves fully because maybe they've not healed from their past relationship. So you find that this cycle inaendelea, it never breaks. So nikitoka kwa Jemo, nimeenda kwa Kevo, Evo with the same trauma, and then when you have that kind of trauma, you attract the same people if you're not healing. So you attract the same Kevo, kwa Jemo, kwa Saimo, Solo, Evo. You just date the same person kwa hao watu wote.
Unajua wote tuko na wao hapa hizo majina umesema.
Oh.
Funny enough. Let's hear from Daktari now. You know, I don't understand how, when it's a situationship, how we say it, but there's no labels to it. Then how are emotions being involved? Because say I'm in a situationship with you, Daktari, for example, now that you're here. And then I decide to also see Anil there. Then how are you getting hurt that I decide to see Anil at the same time? See, we are in a situationship. Like, there's no labels to this. I don't understand how emotions play out in that scenario.
You see, one thing, the reality is, no matter how you make it, like there are people who say, like what she said, friends with benefits. People think that they can go into a relationship and just get what they want and live without leaving either a trace or carrying a trace of something. And when we look at the spiritual, somebody says that everything is spiritual. There is a song that was sung by somebody. It's a secular song, but it says, every time you go, you take a piece of me. So you'll find, you think that you are stepping out to the other one because you're not committed to this, but you are carrying some baggage. Because number one, what happens is comparison kicks in. When you're in that other person, there's always comparison. And sometimes you'll find when you're in those conversations, those statements will come out. Where sika kevo, where sika so-and-so, I'ma be like. And immediately, nobody likes being compared. The second thing is that all of us as human beings, we want to own your things. Like now you have a watch, you have your clothes. If you find somebody wearing your own clothes or somebody has used your toothbrush, you will catch feelings. Now, how much more when it becomes a human being that you think they belong to you? it may be very casual, but you will find by the time you discover that they are doing something with somebody else, it will definitely hurt you. You may look strong. You may even say, I agree to the sharing. We have a very popular actor in Hollywood who they even agree. They are married for many years and they said, now we now know open relationship. I can have a side chick here, you can have a guy on your side. But if you look at what has happened out of that relationship, there is so much mess. Number one, with their kids. Because the human being is not created to go into such situations. Those spaces are not safe. And therefore, a lot of young people, of course, will make those mistakes and try to get in. But when you talk, like what I think he was talking about and saying, you know, the feelings. So you get hurt, but you bottle it down. And it begins to affect your work, it affects your relationship with others. And you begin to view, when you come to a time when you'll be in once a serious relationship, you will begin to view that relationship from the eyes of what you have gone through the past. And so this person may come in so innocently into your life, and they may think they are getting the best, but they get so much baggage. And that's what we are having. Maybe what he's saying that you come and you find meat in the house and you had not left meat. The first thing, it could be you're thinking another guy, but genuinely could be the mother who sent some money. So you see, he's viewing that situation of extra meat in the house from the perspective of there could be somebody who is in that relationship. And you can imagine if you now come in and say, hii nyama ilitoka wapi? Uanze kuzusha.
So insecurities.
Insecurity comes in. Ukianza kuzusha, the lady on the other side will obviously, if it came from the mother, atajibu vibaya. Ngumi zina flow. The next thing, by the time you're sitting down, you have hurt each other. Even if you come to a place of understanding where you're like, nimelo ilitoka hapo, already you have created pain. So, situationship, whatever, friends with benefits, I would say it is not the wisest thing to do. You'd rather go for something, because as I said, men know what they want. So me, my challenge is to the guys. Kama unajua yenyewe pale, hautaki huo mtu. Then hakuna haja kuingia kwa life yake alafu uhepe.
You know, they're saying that men are the problem. I don't know what their take is, but let's hear from the ladies. They say that, you know, for us ladies, we are willing to, you know, give our all and give our love. But now men are not ready to, you know, to love fully. Like the way you say, anajua. Kama anajua ni wewe. Na anajuanga within a very short period of time. They'll tell us if that's true. But do you think that men are the problem, Brenda, when we look at it this way? That women are desired, yeah, but men don't want to commit?
I'd say it's both ways. Can't just put it on men. Sadly, with what is going on currently, social media, unajua siku hizi hakuna kukatiana kama kitambo ati sijui nitakuja kwa gate yenu nitakuandikia barua. Nowadays it's just, you just need to have one's contact. And I crack jokes with my colleagues, with friends, and what I always say is, siku hizi mambo ni rahisi. Like I get your number, the next thing maybe we've met somewhere and text itakuja, hey, unasikia hi, ama hi beautiful, unasikia wewe kama bado hujamature as a girl, ujue how men are wired, then you get overexcited about such things. Or it could be maybe you also like the guy. You know, we women or girls, when we like a guy, hakuna maturity pale. You see, you're yearning to get their text, their call, and so you find that huyo mtu anakutext hi, you reply quickly, and then the conversation is there, kidogo kidogo. You know, it doesn't take time even before people get intimate. I'm not saying that maybe being intimate with someone is bad, but nowadays it's easier than kitambo. That now, if it is men, si lazima wa hustle sana to get a girl. Women are available. And you see, partly women, we are also the problem. Yeah, because we've made ourselves so much available. The fact that these men are saying, madam ni cheap, madam ni ni cheap. If you are going to make yourself so much available for these men, they are meant to hunt. They are visual beings. Yeah? You know, sometimes we blame them without understanding how they are. Yeah? Look at animals, yeah, the way they are. Ama tatu, ata pasta uko hapa, you know. Utapata, maybe ako na bibi yake, but kuna certain lady akipita, he'll stare.
Is it true? Wacha nitete.
You know,
Daktari.
it's not that it's something wrong. For me, I wouldn't get mad at my man akistare, because atastare hata kama siko, you know. We have to be, we have to, there's that need for us to have the emotional intelligence, be mature in the sense of understanding that some things are bound to happen, whether we are there or not. So I wouldn't say that men are the problem, but we women are also the problem, because what I as a woman is not willing to do, there's a lady outside there that is willing to do. Offer all that. Kama ni kumweka atamweka, na mimi sitaki, nimeweka standards zangu. And then something else that we women are doing, it's not bad to have standards, but you're there, you've raised your standards so high, and yet you yourself don't meet the standards. Unasema, oh, I can't date a guy mwenye hawezi kunifanyia, na wewe mwenyewe huwezi afford. So what do you want as a person, really? For me, I believe if I am demanding for something, then I should be able to match those standards as a lady. For me to be called a lady, si nikwambie nitumie 5K urgently na mimi mwenyewe huwa si afford your 5K, yeah? And then I start blaming men, I start saying men are dogs, or men sijui hawako, are stingy. But you forget that this man is also a human being, right? I'm not saying that women should not be treated well. Hawafai kuspoiliwa nini, but also learn to spoil yourself as a girl for you to get spoiled. Learn to take care of yourself for you to be taken care of. For me, wanasema, if you're coming into my life, it is not me to learn how to accommodate myself into your life. It is you to learn how to accommodate yourself into my life. That means that I am taking good care of myself enough for you to have interest, okay? Yeah, I really, I never care about other people's opinion, because I believe everyone was created for a purpose in this world. So blame game haiwezi isha. Wasichana watakuwa nasema ni men, and men watakuwa nasema ni women. But what I'm saying is that let's understand that women are emotional beings and men are visual beings. So as a woman, learn to know your place in a man's life. If you feel that this guy is not maybe satisfying me in ways that I would wish, then you can as well leave. You have that choice to leave instead of you clinging there expecting. The main problem is having too much expectations. Yeah.
All right.
So,
ameuma na akapuliza. The men, amesema men should be, hunting. Kitambo, men used to hunt. But are you ready to hunt in this day and age, Wycliffe?
Why should I? Why should
Okay.
I hunt?
You don't want to hunt. Why? So it's easier for you to get any woman you want.
Nowadays things are easy, as she said. If I have an eye on you, what I will do, I will fetch your contact. I will come into your inbox. I sim today, you ignore me. I leave you for a week. I sim after 1 week. I'm sure you reply in my message or you pick my phone call. I will do what I will do through my phone. I will ask you for a date. You will come. Itachukua muda. I will get what I wanted, maybe if I wanted. After getting that, maybe if you now feel like now this lady now is mature, you can move on. Now from there we can settle and start moving on. But now if my intention was just getting you and letting you go, I will just do it and let you go.
Well,
Just like that.
Anil, Wycliffe is not hunting for women, but are you willing to hunt to get the type of woman you want, the woman of your dreams?
Truth be told, it's not easy to get a woman that is of value and a woman you really want. I know there is that fallacy that Sintam text, Sintam DM, and then we'll be flowing the next day. But it's not true.
What's making it hard?
It is hard when you are supposed to be intentional and you also have to bring the game in it, you know. Some women, more so of value, would want some standards from a man rather than just texting and all. And that is where the problem comes in. If I'm looking for a woman of value, of course, kuna wale wenye, I won't say what other value they are, but you have to have that spirit of discernment to see if this is really a person I want to spend my life with. So it's not easy. You have to put in effort. People will call it simping, but I will call it game. Yeah, you have to up your game. And if, like my brother is saying, it's that easy, that is where we have now situationships, which are being brought by hypergamy. If kama unakatia dem and wewe uko hapo being mediocre and all, mimi nilete game yangu, hypergamy dictates that she will go for the best man in the room, sorry to say. And then maybe ataki to let go of you, and then you're in that situationship, and then all of a sudden your government is overthrown. So, so it's Sira, you see. Yeah,
Dust is constant.
Yeah, dust is constant.
James, let's bring you in. This issue of hunting. Are you willing to hunt? Because Wycliffe amenishock sana. No, why should I hunt? That's his response. For you, would you hunt?
Well, game will change. In that nowadays, kitambo, we were used to men ndo walikuwa na hunt. But nowadays, it's both. The lady can hunt and the man can hunt. So about hunting, it's a 50-50 thing. If kama nitapatana na mtu, I feel like this one is my type, then I'll put in someone too.
Some effort.
But on the other end, the ladies also pia wana hunt siku hizi, so unapata the hunter becomes the
You'd
hunted.
rather a woman hunts you?
No.
James?
No, no. But if she comes, why not?
Daktari, are we breaking from this? Are we safe? You know, with everything you're hearing, especially from the men, yeah, they don't want to hunt. Do we have to accept that that is how, you know, the relationship, the modern day dating is changing? We're with the new generation, Gen Z. There's another one coming, Gen Alpha. But then, and then he brings in a very good point that ladies are hunting also, that men are also hunting. Are we breaking from this cycle of situationships, sneaky links, friends with benefits?
I will say it was not meant to be. It was never meant to be for women to hunt. Because if I'm a lion and I see an antelope coming my way, number one, it must be a very sick antelope, or it's confused. And I'm not saying that is the way men view women, but as he says, they start seeing the opportunity. They don't see the value of hooking up with this person so that they can have a creative relationship or a healthy relationship. They see it eventually ends up being the man becomes the receiver. And you see there's a pride in provision. Because if you don't take your place as a man, kuta time itafika. In the beginning it may be okay. You're given a car, you're given a house, you're given this and that. Eventually, deep inside, there is something that calls you into the place of headship. And when that is violated for so long, you will find a revolt will come. And that's why eventually people who have been hunted and they have got into a relationship, and I'm not saying all, they eventually, if the woman does not give that person an opportunity to become the head, they eventually somehow will step out. And I think Wakili said something that is very important. He said, value. You will always attract who you are. Today, you are seated here working in this organization because deep inside and academically, you pursued and you became who you are. So the job you attracted is because of who you are. You will find a lot of people are attracting who they are. They'll say, this guy is a cheater, but that's the vibes that you are sending outside there, that you can accept the cheater. So what I would say, the issue of hunting, even if I was hunted, I would first analyze, will I have my position in that home? Because if I don't have my position, then it will be a mess.
It's shattered.
There is also a pride. You know, there's always a pride. The good book says, a diligent man will hunt and value his roast, what he has hunted. Hiyo kanyama wa akisha kachoma nasikia ni katamu. Lakini hii imekuja cheaply. Utapataga, there is no competition. Even if you lose, you're like, ikipotea ilikuja cheaply. So me I'll say, even if as a woman you're hunting, be like Ruth. Be strategic. Wacha kujionyesha ni lazima. Wewe lala pale kwa miguu, si kwa nyumba yake. Kwa miguu pale. Akiamka decide. Akaenika yeye amekuhunt. You know, you can place yourself strategically. But do not necessarily come out and say, I want you. Haikagi poa.
Let's bring in now ghosting. Ghosting is also something quite new. We've talked about commitment to fear. You people fear commitment. That's why you're going in for, situationships. But why are we normalizing ghosting? You have the mic, Cheryl, so you'll go first. Why are we normalizing ghosting? Conversation inaanza vizuri, you people go on a first date, it's all fun and games, you even follow up, thank you so much for, for coming today, or that was a wonderful date, and then it ends there, there's no follow-up. Why are we normalizing ghosting each other?
I think ghosting is quite immature because we can talk, I may not like you, because hata tukienda date, it's not a guarantee that I'll like you. So there are simpler ways, or there are polite ways to just tell someone, I feel like this relationship, there's nowhere we are going, because maybe hana value, like the way Akilia said. So we should, people are normalizing ghosting because now you don't want to come out and just say things as they are because you fear maybe hurting the other person, or sometimes you're just a mean person. Kuna watu tu hawajali, atakuumiza tu, and they move on. That is what they are used to. So I feel like people should just find polite ways to telling people hii haiwezi work, because ghosting, it's painful, especially for women, as women. Ukighostiwa unasikianga ni kama umelose.
Nasikianga uchungu hadi kwa spine. Let's hear from Charity. How do you define love for you in this, day and age in your generation? Wamesema women, we should also be hunting, as you've had. So for you, how do you describe love? A way that when somebody expresses love for you, you'd feel like, kenyewe, this is love. Because sometimes, just words is not enough. Mwingine anaonanga tu, those are empty words unaniambia, lakini there's something that makes you feel love. Wewe kama Cheryl, how do you define love? Kama Charity, sorry.
Okay, hapa itabidi tumeambiana ukweli. I define love as like, sijui nisemeaje, but to me, mi kwanza nafaa niseme siko against situationship. Sionangi kani kitu mbaya cause
unakunywa ashwagandha? That thing that inafanya watu watoke emotions. Is it ashwagandha? That's what you're taking?
Okay, no. I'm like, kwa nini nikwe kwa okay, what is the difference between being in two situationship and being in two relationship? Because men wanafanya hivyo siku hizi. So I'm like, being in two situationship sounds better than being in two relationship, because ile ingine unajua I'm the girlfriend now. Uyo kuna mtu kwingine, unaget? So to me, love ni yo commitment na like come up clear. Aseme ni wewe and stick up. Another thing about love ni like uko mashua, like uko unasema venye una feel, usinifiche. Kwa sababu I'm vulnerable now. You are the head. So lazima tu ni feel chini yako.
When you baby girl, words of affirmation.
I'm just a girl.
You're just a girl. But actually, how do we now break from this cycle of, situationships, ghosting, this fear of commitment and all? How do we break it all now?
It's not an easy thing, because you can't say there is this formula, but for every individual, you have to realize that just like you can go to a shop and look at a product and you don't like it, or you won't buy it. It's the best thing just to tell somebody from the beginning, this thing will not work. Because you see, this thing of ghosting, disappearing suddenly, you're not picking text, you're not telling everybody where you are, that shows you are, you are among those people we call the dark triad. The narcissists, the Machiavellianism, and the psychopathy. You know, this for the narcissist, these are the people who will want just to, you know, they find like they are so valuable that they cannot be told everything. So they are the ones who have the say. The Machiavelli guys are the ones who, or the ladies, they are the ones who will want just to manipulate because they want to get something out of you, friends with benefits. And you know, like the psychopathy, these are just people sometimes who will react from nowhere. They can get angry, they can do whatever. So what I will say, the most important way to break from this, develop you. Add value to yourself. That after you've placed value on you, you know that this is my standard. I will not take in somebody who slaps me. I will not take in somebody who does not respond to my calls. Put it on the table. Just like when you come to an organization, you place the company comes and says, these are our conditions, terms and conditions. And you also say, what do you want? So you agree. So if it is not gonna work, sema mapema, tuache kuumizana. So the key is develop you, know you.
Self-work.
Self-worth, and then lay it on the table from the beginning. That is the best.
All right, and Cheryl brought in something. Alisema, men usually know what they want. They know if a woman is the one. James, what should we be looking out for? Come on, tupe siri. How do you guys know who the one is?
Like for men?
Yes,
like
for men.
How do you get to know kama dem ni yeye? Well, there is no specific formula. It depends. But in my perspective, I would say the one that gives you peace, where you feel like you're valued, where you feel like you're made feel like a man. That's how you know if they are the one. But the problem with nowadays, they'll fake it. So first days, utafikiria this is the one, and then now you go all in. Kiingia sasa all in, then now you start seeing ni kama unaona, ni kama uoni, uelewi uko wapi, you get. That is the problem with nowadays. But the easiest way to know if she's the one is the one that gives you peace. You feel like when I talk to her, niko sawa. I'm the one that comes in your mind when you're having a situation or kuna tu lemse you're 911. Niko na issue ama you want to talk to someone, she's the one who comes in mind at first. Because either of how she treats you, how she makes you feel. Yeah. In my perspective, that's how you know if she's the one.
Wycliffe, nini ni wa mnaangalia?
Mimi naangalia, nasema according to me. Kujua dem ni huyo, kwanza unaangalia the closeness you are. After mmekaka. First before uko na dem uko na yeye, how best she is to you. Akwe best friend kwako kwanza. You can share anything with her. And she understands you. She meets what like mimi mwanaume kitu naweza fika ni I understand my man, this is the level he can live, he can reach. But now ukipata dem maybe wewe umecommit kwake, unataka kumwonyesha like this whom I am, this is what I can give, or this is what I can, this is where I can reach. Alafu unapata maybe I'm a fake, alafu kamali unaanza sasa kulose ile peace na yeye. So unaanza wrangle hapa na pale. So inafika hapo unaanza ku give up, unaanza kusema nili give my commitment, my time, everything. Alafu amekuja in return sasa nipe ile peace nilikuwa nataka. So that's the time now you get hurted. Hata ile yenye ulikuwa unataka kumuonyesha kama you are a man, ama ulikuwa expect, ama ulikuwa feel like now nimefika. So unapata tena imeanza tena kutoka tu. Sasa unapata hivyo tulisema situation inakuja ndani. So unaanza ku feel like this is not the lady I wanted. But at first ulikuwa umecommit. Sasa tuseme hivi brother wangu amesema hapa, nowadays they fake. Unaona mtu ako serious the last minute. Unaweza pata umepanga hadi wedding the last minute. Alafu unafika hiyo day kesho yake unapata ni stories zingine. So we should be real by the way.
Mimi naona mnaekelea women. Sababu you know we're talking about people who, and I don't know, want to stereotype you guys. Sometimes you wait until you get what you want and then you leave that woman. So you people have normalized that. Sometimes you wait until you get under the sheets, and then once you get it, then you ghost the woman. Then you're saying that women are pretending. Anil, what do you think? How do you know the woman is the one? Aside from kuwawekelea, that usually women are pretending.
Okay, for me, the threshold of the one is quite high, considering the kind of person I want to be. I'm looking for somebody who is intentional in her communication, the way she moves, more like a manager, somebody who can challenge you to do better, to be better, somebody who can stand before people and speak in your absence and represent, somebody who can handle your finance, somebody who can help you grow, not just somebody who you want to work with because she's beautiful. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, and I'm not underplaying that, but the threshold is high. If you
Physical appearance.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
but the threshold is higher than physical appearance. And just to connect everything, you find that people want love, people want relationship. It's like that flower we all admire, but we are not willing to chew on it. A flower can be beautiful, but not necessarily sweet. And the soreness can come from things that really need us to invest, like being intentional in our communication, in our actions, in our deliberations, not just talking about trends every time. You need to also talk of things of value. Tunakuwa wase big, we can't always talk about dates. Dates will come and go. But what about the long term? What do you want to do? Everyone here I know is thinking of maybe generational wealth or starting that one family that stands the test of time. But if you do not talk about how to make this generational wealth, or what are the codes and rules of our house, or what are such things, then we are not going anywhere. It will always end with, once the dopamine is over, then it will end. Yeah.
All right. Director is telling me time is up, but he ate my time as well. So I'm asking for a little bit of time so that we can wind up properly. Sherry, let me bring you in now. The issue of expectations is quite an issue for a lot of you guys. They're saying that sometimes getting into a relationship with expectations then kills everything. Then what's the problem with having expectations if you want to actually just love somebody?
When you have expectations, you expect to be treated some type of way. Unajua, men or women are not angels. So if you don't communicate how you'd like to be treated, or how you'd like your relationship to be, you'll secretly have the expectations of, I expect Wakili to be taking me out on dates, to be buying me nice wigs and nice clothes, and I didn't communicate. But Wakili is thinking of generational wealth, dates will come and go. So none of those are two different people. And then now I'll start resenting.
So communication.
Yeah. Yes.
Brenda, tukimalizia sasa, what do you think about this whole issue of expectations? Should we be going into relationships with expectations? Ndio tumalize this whole issue of situationships, ghosting, and fear of commitment and whatnot.
Okay, nitaongelea kuhusu expectations, alafu pia nitaongelea kuhusu vile wanaume wameteta hapa ati we end up changing and all that. First, I'll start with that of changing before I forget. It is good for men to know that, it is wise for men to know that women mirror everything. So if I change, it is because there's something you've done, ama you've shown me, you've given me a reason to change. If you want peace, kindly bring peace, okay? If you want chaos, if you bring chaos, that's what you're going to receive. And maybe when we met, ulinionyesha maybe wewe ni mtu intelligent, nini. And you see, a woman treats you the way they want you to treat them. So when you change, it's hivyo tu ndio pia yana change. Maybe itajileta exactly vile wewe umechange, but that's just how we are. About expectations, I think that is what is killing most. For a relationship, in a way, we should have expectations, but we should communicate our intentions and expectations for it to be clear. ndio hata mtu maybe akikosea unamwambia mimi nilikwambia niko hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi ndio mi upenda, so usikuwe na shida hapo mbele. Na sasa shida kubwa ni hiyo lack of communication and also assuming things, assuming that I will always understand, assuming that I will always be there, assuming that I am mature enough to understand you, and yet you've not communicated. So I feel, and when it comes to maybe a guy meeting a lady, most of the time ni unakuta you've just met a person, you slept with them, and now you have too much expectations that they're supposed to love you, they're supposed ukisahau, love is something that grows. It doesn't just happen. Yeah.
All right, let's give Charity a chance to also weigh in on this. Do you think people are being honest when they are getting into relationships with you? And let me talk about men, because now you're a lady. Do you feel men are being honest when they're approaching you, when they're trying to pursue you for a relationship? What do you think? Ama pia wana pretend, because they said ladies are pretending.
Apa, they are really pretending, because ukiingia online wanasema vitu zingine, alafu wakiingia DM yako it's a different thing. Online wanasemanga kwanza sijui marriage ubamba mafala, sijui nini, like they are against the marriage thing. Alafu ukiingia DM yako wanatry kuonyesha venye wanataka kitu lead to marriage. So hapo ndio una feelingi watu kuna kitu wanaficha hapa katikati. Yeah.
All right, Daktari, as we wind up and as we close, so what's one thing would you, of course, tell the now generation that we should be more clear about when it comes to dating and relationships? When we were starting the segments this year, we started with love code for 2026. That was the conversation we were having. Yeah. And a lot of people are saying that they don't want to get into relationships this year, or they'll try next year and whatnot. They've already given up for this year. So what's one thing would you say that we need to be more clear about?
I think I'll bring it back to the purpose. And you see, when I look at the cameras here, they don't have the ability, most of them don't have the ability to stand on their own. But because they are the vision, they are the ones that are taking us all what we are seeing. They have already a purpose, and that purpose attracts the right thing. You know, the support stand, the people who will go to school to just manage the camera. That's men. We are called to be vision bearers. You have to have a vision. Where am I going? Even if you're not clear, utafikaje kuwa na maono. Then when you get that maono, a woman has been created by God on the inside to be a helper. That's why you find most women want to help. But to find who to help, za zingine hakuna. So as a man, be that person who has a vision that when you call her in, you will tell her, this is where I want us to go. And not just about money, about everything, about the children, about your own career, about her career. They will come in and be the womb in which they carry the child and they deliver it. So for every young person that is listening, find your purpose. Find your purpose. Then you will find a helper. Because if a helper comes in and there is nothing to help, she becomes chaotic. Like what she said, you give chaos, that's what you have placed in her womb. You will get chaos delivered. So find your purpose and things will begin to work out.
All right, thank you so much. That is Dr. Julius Kimani, and of course my very lovely panel, James, Brenda, Charity, Cheryl, Anel, and Wycliffe, for making time for us to talk about matters of the heart, love. I'm hoping to see you again next week or next week, or whenever. Happy everyone. Good morning. My name is Ann Odida. Enjoy your day. And stay tuned for tonight. Speaker Moses Wetangula will be here with the Balainea.